Well, hello friends. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how to create a expandable list. When we click on one row and it gets expanded, and if we click on another row, that row will get expanded and the previous row will shrink back to its size, original size. Now I have this default SwiftUI project, and in that I have just added this one string array, actually array of string dictionary. Yeah, so let's first create a list row. Okay, let's create a new file, swift ui file. Let's name it list row. You can name it whatever you want, and here we will create an h stack, create a h stack, sorry. Yeah, here we need a text. Let's say anything, and but yeah, okay, wait. Yeah, print tab, yeah, text. Okay, let's resume it. Fine, let's also add a spacer here so it is expand. Yeah, fine. Now all we need to do is, now we will remove this code and instead we will call that list row, but we will also need to add for each, yeah, 0 till self dot data array dot count. Yeah, and we need index, so we'll add that, and we will wrap this in a list. Okay, yeah, looks good. Well, also let's give a background color. Red. Okay, and the foreground color, just so that we can differentiate between the text and, but okay, that looks good. Now instead of uh, anything, we need that full complete name. Okay, initially it was just names. I have shown that in a previous video, but now is a full complete sentence. Now to get that, here we will create a state variable called title. Let's give it a default value of empty, but in here in the content view we will remove this, sorry, yeah, we'll remove that, and we'll call a title, which will pass to that list row. Yeah, what is the title? It is self dot data array. We will get that index, and we'll get the name. Okay, and we'll just unwrap it. Okay, if you resume this, and yeah, let's wait for it. Okay, don't know why that didn't work. Yeah, because we have still hard coded that. Let's remove that and we will put self.title in here. And yeah, initially it is just empty, so in the demo preview here it will show empty, but now it will show anything. Okay, yeah, that's good. And here, yeah, so as you can see that this gets truncated at the end. Okay, but we want to expand it now. Although we have this default property of text, yeah, it's called line limit. We had a number of lines in Swift, now we have line limit, and I tried setting it to 0, but that didn't work. You can see that here. Okay, it is not working. Let's resume that to make it sure that it doesn't work. In Swift we used to set the number of lines to 0 and it used to work, but now we actually have to set it to the number of lines that we want. We can just give it in any big number, let's say give it a 10, and it will work. Okay, because we don't know how much it will want. But now what happens is that it changes all of that, all of the rows to, it expands all of the rows. We don't want that. We want to tap on it and then we want the row to be expanded. So to do that, what we will do is we will create a tap action. Now the good thing about SwiftUI is that we have a tap action for almost everything. Here we have a hashtag and we can put a tap action on there. Yeah, that's it, tap, that's it. And let's resume it and nothing will show here, but yeah, let's say the line limit is 0 by default, and yeah, inside here we create a function, expanded, whatever you want to name it. Yeah, we'll call that in here. Okay, yeah, and let's say we have a at state var limit int is equal to 0, and we have set that to self.limit. Okay, so we can change that here. If self.limit is equal to 0, then change it to self.limit is equal to 10, else change it to 0. That looks okay, but as you will see, there's still one problem. You might have expected it, and let me show you what exactly is that. If you click on here, it will change it, and if you click on here, it will change that too, but it is not reversing the first row. Okay, now that is a little bit complicated, and I will show you that right now. Let's okay, so now we have to create a bindable object, and I will provide the link to Paul Hudson's video where he has explained bindable object, state variables, and environment object in a video, and he has explained it brilliantly. But we need environment object here so that we can remember, the code can remember all the indices that have been tapped on, and the last indices that was tapped on. So to do that, let's create a new file. Okay, yeah, let's name it expanded. Okay, yeah, let's remove that and import the required files. Yeah, class, sorry, yeah, class expanded bindable object var did change pass through subject expanded never. Yeah, another variable here. This is expanded type int. You will see in a while why I'm creating this array. Yeah, did set all that, sorry, did change, that will look nice, did change dot send self. Okay, so let's ignore it for a while and let's just continue with our work here. Yeah, so let's resume it and yeah, okay, yeah, okay, we just had to give the initial value and we'll just create an empty array. Okay, now we can resume it and it should work fine. Yeah, okay, let's go to list row and now in here, yeah, build succeeded finally. Yeah, now we can't call self.limit because that will be the same for everyone. We will need to get the index from the content view and we will need to check that index from expanded bindable object in here whether the value of that index is 0 or 10. Now how to do that, let's see. Let's okay, let's create another state variable here. Yeah, state variable and let's name it index int and give it a default value of 0. Yeah, and in here we'll pass that, sorry, what to do here, yeah, limit and index. Okay, let's call limit to, yeah, limit 0 and an index which will be the index, this index. Yep, that looks okay. And let's go back here and in here what we will do is we will check, we'll first of all create an environment object variable. Yeah, var expanded, the type expanded. Yeah, we will create the very same variable in content view because we need that in here also. And okay, and in self.expanded we will have that index passed to get the index of the row, and then we will have a dictionary which will have unique keys, of course, and those keys will also be of the type int, and those keys will also have the same value as that of an index. So to make this easy, okay, self.index. Okay, and yeah, let's name it expanded change so it doesn't give that error. Okay, this looks fine, but yeah, it will say that to the expected type. Okay, yeah, don't worry about it, not self.expanded, but we're not talking about that expanded here, we're talking about expanded dot, yeah, indices expanded. Okay, that's fine. Resume that, succeeded, fine. And in here what we will do is, yeah, we'll create a function add indices because we need that all rows have 0 line limit by default, and we will do that. Yeah, How to do that? Yeah, expanded dot index is expanded dot append. Okay, so how to do that? Yeah, we'll call self dot index. It doesn't have that. Okay, yeah, we'll call from here. We'll call this function from in here. Yeah, index, and give it a default value of 0. And but we will have to do one more thing is, and that is to make sure that it already doesn't have this value, because otherwise when the view will be loaded it will keep on calling this function again and again and again, and we don't want that. So we will have to put a limit on that. Yeah, if expanded dot index is expanded dot contains, yeah, the index 0. Okay, if it doesn't have that, only then it should append that value in here. So now yeah, let's create a variable here. Let's end. Fine, now we need to call this in here, because and we know that we can't call a function like that. So yeah, it will throw an error. So what should we do? You know what, we will just do a workaround here. We'll create a state variable, and this is expanded. Well, it won't be of any use. We will just we're creating for our own convenience. Okay, so okay, yeah, and in here we will create return type of int. Just ignore the error for a while. Yeah, return expanded dot, this is expanded. Yeah, and we'll call that function in here using that index. Okay, and we'll remove this, try that again, and yeah, it's still saying build failed, basically because we need to put self dot in here. Yeah, so this looks okay, but now in here we will need to change this whole function, because now we are not using this self dot limit, now we are using expanded dot index is expanded. So we'll have to do that. Yeah, self dot expanded dot index is expanded, and then we will get that index, and then we will get that value again using self dot index. If it is 0, then change it to 10, otherwise change it to 0. Okay, that for a while looks fine, and the build succeeded, but it cannot preview in this file. This is basically because we are now using environment object, and we will need to call that in here also and in the preview files too. No need to worry about if you are not able to see the preview. You do need to do this, that's for sure, but you because this is the actual code, this is not for preview, this is for using it in content view and list row. Yeah, but you can ignore this for a while. Yeah, it doesn't matter much, but we'll run this app again. Let's see if this works. Okay, yeah, okay, no, it didn't work. Let's see why is that. Because okay, so this didn't work because we are just changing that very self dot index again and again and again, and if we want to undo the previous rows, we will have to reverse them too. We will have to put some code for those rows too. So for To do that, we will have to actually loop through all the indices expanded. So let's do that. Okay, yeah, expanded, or indices expanded. Okay, and inside here we'll change that. Okay, yeah, dot count. Inside here, instead of doing that, I'll just, now let's run the app again. Let's wait for a while. Yeah, oh, that works. So I don't know if you found this easier than what we used to do in Swift, and maybe as the time passes, SwiftUI will become more and more advanced, and maybe there's a quicker solution to all of this. Let's see. But as of now, I solved this problem using this code, and if you have a better solution, you can certainly comment below. If you found this video useful, please click like and subscribe. Thank you.